I'm not going to say a single word about the Tennessee Titans record against the Indianapolis Colts because I was a punter, and there's no reason for me to talk about that. With that being said, we did not punt much against the Tennessee Titans, so you probably have no clue who I am to begin.
Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic. Better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone. Eating up these pig skins like they chicharrones. And you a douche cabron. Mira, mira at the mirror on the wall. I'm the greatest of them all. They gon' put me in the hall. Your name is only written in a bathroom stall. Quit your stalling and make a play. My drive too long. Pop the clutch, I don't pump the brakes. I know what it takes to gain the muscle, get rugged. These butterfingers be fumbling. Squash a scrimmage and rub it in Robitussin. How I give them concussion. They see in double, they rushing and pass the shovel. The dirt and rubble, I bury them under it. Stay in your huddle and get 10 yards back. Never turn your back. I'ma pull your flag. I go full contact. Out punch, out kick like a shotgun.
All right. We're back. We're back. Welcome back, everybody. We're glad to have you here. We know that you could be anywhere else, but you're here with us, and we thank you for that. We appreciate you. So you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let's get right into it because like I said, it's a little bit later. And I know that we're at a different time, but the main show they went yesterday, so we go on Wednesday. All that good stuff, so on and so forth. So without further ado, welcome back to the HorseShoe Mob podcast, where we're giving you everything Colts, and then just sprinkling in some slander every now and then. It might be Mayo-based, but you know what? We'll let it slide. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and just introduce you to the guys. Of course, you know us all, but you know what? Let's just get reacquainted, and for those that are new, welcome. We're not going to disappoint. So to get started, we have with us the silent assassin, the man known for calling people out for being dumb frequently. We have with us Austin Cook, everybody.
What's up? I'm Austin.
That is not silent assassin talk, okay? that is just, you just go ahead, just let them know. And then we have with us Mr. Senior, or however you want to talk to him, whether it's senior, or just SR, whatever you want to call him. We have with us Josh Senior.
What's good, everybody?
All right, and then we have with us one of the most dedicated Longhorns fans from the Longhorn fan battle. We have with us Harish Nukala, everybody.
I'm also a dedicated Colts fan, okay?
You are. You are, absolutely. I was trying to give you the plug, but you know what?
We'll take the. I appreciate. I'm sorry. I got.
No. Screw all that. We're past that now. That's Harish.
I'm sorry. Whatever. I ate Mayo for a second, and I turned into somebody different.
Yes. Well, clearly, because Mayo gives people weird tendencies.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
And then I'm Chris Jackson. So, without further ado, let's just get into it, okay? So, first off, before we go and move forward, make sure you are visiting www.fanbattlesports.com, where you're seeing all your AFC South related, but you don't care about the rest of the AFC South. You just care about the Colts. That's why you're tuning in tonight. So you go there for past episodes, bios, articles, basically anything Colts related, you'll be able to find right on there. And this way you'll be able to go ahead and just stay in the know with everything Colts that's going on right now. So without further ado, I know that we don't want to talk about the game, but we have to, right? We have to talk about the game because, we played on Sunday, but got some interesting tidbit of news yesterday. So in a report, it stated that a certain coach was going to be, or as they stated, they were this organization was parting ways with this coach at the end of the season. And this is crazy for Colts fans because this is somebody who we've known since the Peyton Manning days, who has just been, I'm going to say, a thorn in the Colts side for multiple times. Probably kept us from numerous numerous postseason bids, possible Super Bowl appearances. But you know what? The day's come. Bill Belichick to be fired at the end of the season. Now, I'm not one that is happy about other people's downfall. However, I'm completely okay with this. I'm completely okay with this. Only for the simple fact that, you know, we've seen what's happened over the years. But you know, I don't want to go from my perspective. I want to get you guys' perspective. How are we feeling about this particular news?
It's not exclusive to Bill Belichick, but the whole fall of the empire is finally happening, and I love it. I think it just boils down to the Patriots are going to go back to being the irrelevant team they were before Belichick came to life, and I'm here for it. I love it.
I damn sure love it. Like you said, with the reports of the decision being decided after losing to us in Germany, it feels good because he's the same. There's the same franchise that got our coach fired. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I mean it's like a fire for a fire. You help get our coach fired, and now we do the same for you. And your quarterback trash.
Yeah.
The Alabama native.
The Alabama Nation quarterback is trash. We
The
know
only
it.
one. That's the only one in the league that's trash.
Steve Sarkisian made Mac Jones.
Fair. What about you, Austin? What about you, Austin?
Yeah. You know, he's had a great career. I'm glad that if it is true that we were a part of getting him fired, it just feels good because he hurt a lot of Colts fans' feelings throughout the years.
We're not going to say it hurt a lot of Colts fans' feelings, okay?
You pissed me off.
He cheated. He cheated a lot. Okay.
He cheated us out of great memories.
Exactly.
There's also that podcast with Grunk and what guy name here? Edelman.
So I'm gonna reserve what I feel about Gronk because Gronk was just, and mind you, I'm not taking anything away from his athletic ability, but honestly, I've seen cotton candy with higher IQ than him. And we're like the thing about Gronk is that Gronk to me has been irritating because, you know, when they had like hey guys, if you're gonna go out and you're gonna party and you're gonna have a good time, try to be like Gronk. Now, mind you, this is the same Gronk who, while he was on IR, was jumping around drunk with no shirt on a stage at a party, and it's just like, so you mean to tell me, of all the players in the league, mind you, there's 32 teams, there's 53 guys on an active roster. That is what, 1,696 players, right? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a math guy. That's off the top of my head.
I got you.
But but mind you, during that time, you have a player like Larry Fitzgerald, who literally didn't have as much as a speeding ticket. And you mean to tell me that it's just like that? You say, hey, if you're going to be like anybody, be like Rob Gronkowski. Listen, F y'all. How about that? That is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my life. Wow. That is the dumbest thing. And the thing is, every time Gronk opens his mouth, I prepare to lose a brain cell. Because he is by far, and mind you, nothing to take away from talent, but he'd probably lose a debate with a box of rocks. And I'm so serious about that. But, you know, whatever. I don't expect anything of substance to come from his mouth. I mean, do y'all? Because I don't.
I mean, I just saw they're talking shit about us pretty bad on their podcast, him and Edelman. Both guys that fed off a great quarterback. They was trash when they wasn't. They didn't have. It was trash when they didn't have him on the center. So I mean, fuck them.
Yeah, and I mean, and honestly, well, when it came to Gronk, also you have to remember that all his years playing were only with Brady, because the man literally retired so that he wouldn't go to a different team, just so that he can go and play back with Brady. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. What about you, Austin and Harish? Because, like I said, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
About Gronk? Oh, I love Gronk. I'm sorry. I love Gronk. I think listen, I'm all about these guys that are just funny people. I like funny people. I think Gronk is funny. I think Pat McAfee is funny. A lot of people could relate the two personalities to be one and the same, right? Depending on who you ask. We love Pat McAfee here. A lot of people hate Pat McAfee for a lot of the same reasons that you mentioned. I like Gronk. I don't have anything against. I just hate the fact that he.
Go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, Gronk is funny, but I do think he is dumb. He doesn't have to be smart. Like, he's set for life, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's just out there living. He can say whatever he wants, and I mean, nobody's gonna really do anything about it. So I mean, it is what it is. We know that they cheated. They got caught cheating, so it doesn't really matter what he said.
Yep.
Whose ankle biter was that?
Yeah, what the dog said. The dog said fuck him too.
That would be my dog. My wife
Gotcha.
just entered the building.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, she your dog gets like Zoe. I get it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So then with that being said, guys, now moving on. Bill Belichick, great career. You cheated, go relax with your dog that was drafting for you in 2020. So yes. So then moving on. Of course, Colts versus Bengals. In this one, I think we got a little bit too ahead of ourselves with this one because I think we almost chalked this up to being a win because of the fact that Joe Burrow wasn't going to be playing, and we're just like, oh no, this should be a gimme, and they punched us in the mouth. But I'm gonna let y'all talk about that more so than me. So whoever wants to go ahead and get us started with this, because like I said, this was a doozy.
Can I start with? Can we fire Gus Bradley?
I like that.
Let's fire Gus Bradley. Let's fire Gus Bradley because I'm tired of this scheme. I'm tired of the way this defense plays. They play too much off the ball. They play like a bunch of pansies, honestly. And I wanted to use a different word, but I didn't. This defensive scheme has got to be the most irritating defensive scheme I've ever seen in my life. You don't blitz a lot. You don't really have the personnel to get there with the 4-man rush, but you continue to try to do so. The secondary plays like 86,000 yards off the line of scrimmage. We just continue to make bad quarterbacks look good. And don't get me wrong, Jake Browning diced up the Jaguars defense last week, but that's not a very good defense either. And that's kind of played out to be fact. It's just frustrating to see these quarterbacks continue to have success against this defense. And I get Darrell Baker, he's young. Juju's not in. I get that. It's just the way the defense is being played and schematically being used is just irritating at this point. That's it. Yeah. That's why we lost this game by 20. Because our defensive coordinator is the new potato head.
Yeah, we played off of them they said to prevent Jamar Chase from having a big game, which they did. But the only thing is Chase Brown had a really good game. All he had to do was give him a screen, and he was taking off.
Literally played into probably what he wanted to do. Yeah. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that was. It's like, okay, you're gonna play back so that you can prevent Jamar Chase, right? But then you play back, and that means that you almost have to immediately get pressure with the front four, knowing that we don't blitz heavily. Like we're the team that blitzes the least in the league, who's also playing back. So that means that ultimately running screens is going to be the best way to combat that, because by the time somebody gets to you, So there's going to be a blocker who's going to be able to pick them up downfield, and we saw that repeatedly. Not only that, but then you're asking cornerbacks to try to tackle running backs with a full head of steam coming at you 100% of the way, and you have no momentum on your side. Like, it was a recipe for disaster. I get that Gus Bradley is a highly respected, defensive coach, but at the same time, he can't keep on living off of that Legion of Boom reputation at all, because this is not that. And this is a completely different league than what it was then. He doesn't have a Richard Sherman. He doesn't have a Cam Chancellor. He doesn't have an Earl Thomas. He doesn't have Brandon Browner. Like, he doesn't have any of those guys. And so, like, this defense, especially now, because you're 7-6, and we're potentially looking at possibly making a playoff run.
Yep.
But realistically, if this defense gives up points like they did last game, you end up dropping another 2, which we can't afford, really. So it's going to be a little bit more. I'm going to say he's going to have to change things up. I mean, we know what we got with Minshew offensively, and I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do, but defensively, something has to change. Otherwise, this playoff run that you would like to go on, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But Josh, another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about, because the offense really didn't get going either.
Nope.
What happened there? Like, what happened with this offense, with Zach Moss that we saw early on in the season? Like, what really was the issue there?
I want to start out by asking, who is Zach Moss? We haven't seen him. We haven't seen him in a while. I mean, you could say, JT coming back may have caused a confidence issue, or you could say that teams figure him out, or you say the coach is not utilizing him a lot, even in the passing game, as the Bengals did with Brown. He can't get off. He can't get off any good positive runs. If it is, it's only 2-3 yards. But my thing is the discrepancy with the passing and the run game, this rushing game. We're not balanced anymore. We're more of a passing heavy team for the past couple of weeks. And it's frustrating, because how can you get a run game going when you're only throwing the ball 39 times, a game? I mean, Gardner Minshew is not that quarterback to throw the ball 39, 40 times. That's become, I'm not, shitting on Steichen for doing that, because he said this in his press conference, what he's going to do. It's just that I didn't think he's going to be with a guy that don't have an arm like that. He's not Tom Brady. He's not, Joe Burrow. He's not a elite quarterback to throw the ball 39 times. He's always, I mean, we've seen every game this year. Gardner Minshew can throw 3 picks a game. It just if the other team drop it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And our offense is based off Michael Pittman. He had 10 catches, 9 catches?
Yeah, 8 catches for 95 yards.
I mean, it's just been him the whole time. I mean, where is Josh Downs? I mean, Allen Pierce had a nice couple catches and got some first downs to move the chain. But it's just the same. It's been conservative. Like, try not to do too much. Try not to make, cause any turnovers. But it's just been one person. Pittman is a one-man show right now for the past couple weeks. Pittman been the only guy, the only bright spot on our offense. And teams can play against that. You don't think Steelers going to play against that on Saturday? Just you take him out the game. Now you got Pierce and Josh Downs to make plays, and it's you got to get everybody going like we did. Like this Tennessee game, we got everybody going. We got to be more balanced. Use the tight ends a lot. Use Zach Moss in the passing game if he can't get the run game going, or scheme the run game open. Something. It's just been frustrating lately.
When does JT come back? Is there any timetable for his return? Didn't they say 3 weeks?
They said he'd be back.
Well, they said it was 3 to 5 weeks. Okay. So realistically, it could be anywhere this
is week 3, right?
Yeah, so this would be week 3. So then technically anytime after this, I'm going to say at the latest then you're looking at possibly the last game of the season, which would be against the Texans.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Now, Like I said, and once again, this was a pivotal game. Now we also saw that the standings kind of shook up, right? Because we lost, Texans lost, Jags lost. We went from 7th seed to a bunch of AFC teams losing and winning. And at one point we went down to, I think the lowest we went down on Sunday was to 10, and then we were back at 7. So right now, the AFC playoff picture is like a jigsaw puzzle that's put together by the jigsaw puppet from the Saw movies. Like this is a very twisted, sick joke of an AFC playoff picture right now. And realistically, and this is why I want to get you guys' opinion. So we have 4 games left. Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, as well as Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, and then Texans for the last week of the season, right?
Yep.
So realistically, because like I said, right now, if the Jags drop 2, we win out. Texans, let's just say, lose 1 more, we win division.
Mm-hmm.
If we end up, let's just say, winning out, Texans go 3-1 in the same time, that means we're automatically in the playoffs. So there's scenarios for the playoff picture right now that makes it so that we absolutely are in the driver's seat. But I need to get your general consensus, because we did see this game this past weekend where, as we alluded to, the defense didn't look that great. The offense kind of looked a little bit sluggish. What does the rest of the season look like for this team with the remaining games that we have left? Because, mind you, we saw the Steelers. I think the Steelers are out of playoff contention right now. But, of course, it's just like they still could potentially go ahead and snag a wild card spot.
No.
I thought it was 6.
They're also 7-6.
They're 7-6, yes. Okay.
Yeah. They're outside looking in, but yeah, I mean, this is a very important game. If we want any hope at making the playoffs, this is the game we've got to win. You have to have this, because now you have a tiebreaker scenario that you're kind of holding to their hands if it comes down to it.
Yeah.
This is probably go ahead.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The only game we can drop really and be maybe okay is the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's the NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to win all the AFC games to get the tiebreaker over Texans.
Yeah. But so then if we're looking at those games, and like I said, I want to get each of you guys' opinion. So Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, Texans. What does the rest of the schedule look like?
I thought we said like 4-2, or I think I said 4-2 maybe.
So I said 4-2.
I had us at 5-1, I think, losing the Bengals game.
Okay.
I think a lot of us was 4-2.
I don't remember what I said, but I do think that this game against the Bengals had to be a wake-up call, and we're going to play better. So, I mean, I think we can win out. 4-0 ain't off the table yet.
It's not. And I mean, we see it with these teams like the Steelers. They're 7-6, but I think they're a bad 7-6. They've just managed to kind of just get by with what they've got. And I mean,
they're the worst 7-6 team because they got their quarterback, they got their players, and they still suck.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, now we're going against Mitch Trubisky, or matter of fact, no, I think it's Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, it is Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, Mitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
TJ coming back though.
Yeah,
TJ Watt's coming back, and we all know that whenever Gardner Minshew has any pressure coming off of that side, he buckles like a seatbelt.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a good one, but damn.
Yeah, he buckles like a seatbelt. That man, his legs start shaking like he's a baby doe. Like he is just. What did Big Boy say in ATL? He just said, "You shaking like a stripper boy. Tighten up." Like.
Dang.
Yeah, we got to. Man.
But all right, so then Steelers then. Is Steelers win or loss? Harish?
I think it's a win.
All right. Josh?
Man, I'm indecisive right now. I mean, I think I picked the Steelers to win in the beginning of the season. I think I stick with that, but it's gonna be a tough win. I mean, there've been times we could have beaten them and we still did something self-inflicted wounds to cause us to lose. I think we minimize turnovers. We're gonna turn the ball over, but we're gonna minimize it. We're gonna cause some havoc. We're gonna make Pickens get pissed off at the head coach again, and we're gonna end up winning the game.
Okay. All right. So then moving on, the next game after that is the Falcons. Now the Falcons
Win.
Falcons.
Yeah, that's a win. Yeah, that's a win.
If we lose, it don't matter. So I mean, I just say win,
but it does, because the thing is with it, like, so coming up, the CJ Stroud is potentially going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, this is also a 6-7 team.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that, you know, they don't look that great, but I mean, for them to be 6-7, and mind you, the Falcons are still in playoff contention too.
They're only 6-7 because their division sucks.
I mean,
it doesn't matter why. Our division sucks too. That's why we're in it.
I'm just glad that we're not the worst South Division in football.
Yes.
I'm just glad that that's not the case, because they're bad, but you know, we're bad, but they're badder. So yeah. All right. So then Falcons. Josh, you said a win, right?
Yes.
Austin?
Yeah, I think we beat the Falcons.
Harish?
Yep, I think we win.
Okay. I think it'll be a win. I think it'll be a win. So the next one is going to be Raiders.
Win.
Okay. Austin?
Yeah, a win as well.
A win. Okay. Harish?
Oh, yeah. Win.
Josh?
No, man. Antonio Pierce and Boy is rocking, man. They're gonna beat us.
Sir, they just lost 3-0 to the Vikings with Nick Mullins
that's
at
a bad
quarterback.
Game. That was a bad game, man, for them.
Yeah, it's a bad game. It's always a bad game when you scored nothing.
When he took over as quarterback, they were like, you know, all hype, but like now it's like wore off, and they ain't nothing to worry about.
I mean, look, every time we play this team, something bad happens.
Well, you can say that about a lot of teams we play.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you also have to realize we went through that with Derek Carr under center. Who's playing quarterback for them right now?
Is it Garoppolo?
Aiden O'Connell.
Oh, Aiden O'Connell. Yeah, bro. It'd be like playing Florida State.
It's a Jimmy G. They said it's a possibility that Jimmy G starts again.
It'll be like playing Florida State, dude. They're gonna score like
we'll probably win like
6-3.
Either quarterback, I don't think is great.
Yeah.
What is his injury? Is it his finger, right?
I think he got benched.
Oh, okay. His injuries, he sucks. Okay, fair enough.
Who, Josh Dobbs?
No, Jimmy
Garoppolo.
Oh, no, he definitely sucks. Yeah, he definitely sucks.
Does he have a legit injury, though? I'll look it up.
Who knows, man? I don't keep up with Jimmy G. But all right, and then of course this one is the most pivotal of them all.
Yeah.
This is versus the Texans
at home.
So so this is going to be them being no, we're going to be at home.
We got a home game. It could be flex.
So we know, this could potentially turn into a primetime game like it was. I believe it was the last primetime game that we had versus the Titans with Andrew Luck.
2018, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was for a playoff spot. So now, mind you, this is going to be us playing versus the Texans, division rival. what do we so what are we believing in terms of what this game can potentially be? Because like I said, this is going to have major implications if one or both teams isn't already out.
It's so tough, man.
It
If
is.
CJ Stroud, listen, I'll be honest with you. CJ Stroud comes back, we're losing this game, and it probably won't be close.
I mean, he'll be back. He just got concussion. He's not done for the year.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll be back. We're gonna lose this game. CJ Stroud might throw for 400 yards. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I wanna believe you, but he don't have Tank Dell, which is one of his bigger targets. I know he got Nico Collins.
It doesn't matter.
I care. I care because
Nico Collins is hurt too.
Gus Bradley is a freaking moron. That dude's gonna play their 6th-string wide receiver 18 yards off the line of scrimmage, bro. It doesn't matter. And CJ Stroud's gonna get them the ball.
I will say this: we play the Texans well, like we always
all the
have.
time. Yeah.
We just play them close. But man, I just don't trust this defense, and it's not because of the personnel.
Well, so I mean, I think it's always tough when you have like these divisional games, and also having Shane Steichen versus D'Amico Ryans too is probably going to be like the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
Because now it's just like we have all the tape on CJ Stroud. They have all the tape on Gardner Minshew. However, division opponents play you differently. So it's not always going to be the exact same thing because now it's just like they're going into this. Oh yeah, there's a lot on the line.
I mean, we saw last game where CJ Stroud, he played almost the whole game and he only had like 93 yards. I mean, he's not perfect.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not perfect. But that's, like I said, that wasn't just defense that made sure that they played to, I'm going to say they played to his weaknesses and didn't allow his strengths to be as evident.
The last time we faced him, a lot of his yards came from being down 18 points. He had like 400 some yards being down 18 points. So, I mean, like you said, he's not perfect. He was down 18 points. The game was essentially over. He had to make a comeback to get to where his stats were. I mean, I'm not going to downplay his game or his stats, but I mean, he was down 18 points going to the fourth quarter. He needed all those yards. He needed all those touchdowns. And we played soft and conservative. I don't think we do it at home, especially if it's, like you said, if it's a playoff matchup where we get in, a win and get in type thing. I think Gus Bradley defense is going to show up. The one we've seen against the Ravens, the one we've seen in other games, this year. I don't think that it's going to play the soft zone defense that cost us games last year and this year because he knows what's at stake. I mean, Shane Steichen knows what's at stake. They're going to have these boys playing up to standards to win this game, if it's a game that's much needed. And I don't like to play that game of, well, if Tennessee sweep them, that helps our case out. We got to win all games. Win all games in front of us to make sure that we don't need anybody else to get in. So I want to say sweep. It's hard to say that because CJ is a great quarterback.
Absolutely.
But their run game. Yeah, their run game is non-existent like ours. So we know that they're gonna throw the ball, but they don't have Tank Dell. So I mean, we're not really scared of Robert Woods. We're not scared of. I mean, Nico's a beast. We've seen that all year long. He got his first 1,000-yard season. I don't know, man. Noah Brown. I'm not too concerned. This is not me shitting on them. So if you're Texas fans, you're watching. I'm not saying you guys don't have the weapons. You're shitty. I'm just saying I got faith in my defense and our team, who already beat you already.
Be back this week.
Correct.
He stays healthy.
Yeah, I hope if Juju's back for that game, it's gonna make me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Juju coming back because for the second day in a row, he's been a full participant at practice. So it's safe to say that he'll be back. Now, what I think will probably be a very, very interesting matchup will be him versus Pickens.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, I think this will be a very interesting one. Now, once again, I don't I know that I don't want to look too far ahead and do like the whole, well, yeah, we'll be able to go ahead and lock down because realistically that doesn't happen all the time. So I don't want to do that. But if we're looking at the way that the rest of the schedule goes, these teams don't have that guy that makes it so that you have to just game plan to kind of like phase him out, right? I think it's just like, the Falcons, Drake London had a great game this past game, but overall I think he's been kind of more meh like over the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and
as
the
far as
Raiders
Steelers,
game plan, Devontae Adams out themselves.
exactly. Yo, on there. If you listen, if you want to find out the best way to take Devontae Adams out of the game plan or take Devontae Adams out of the game, look at their offensive scheme. Because that's the only thing that you're going to have to do because they don't like him. I'm convinced that they just don't like him. Like
I'm just saying with George Pickens too, though. He's the same way though.
Well, George Pickens, so George Pickens, he's been having that issue where he's showing that he has those tendencies that the Steelers always go for when they look for wide receivers. Insanely talented, has crazy ability, super athlete, absolute head case. And we've seen it time and time again. And I mean, you see the same thing with Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson, the last few weeks, he's just been like, listen, y'all just going to have to bench me. Otherwise, I'm just going to go out here and just do whatever the hell I want.
Chase Claypool.
Yeah, the Chase Claypool is the same one, and now he's waiting on the sidelines because he wants to be a TikTok star. Like it's a whole lot of just like, bruh. But the thing is, like I said, it's just like that's who they like. They like head cases. So you want head cases, you're gonna get head cases.
I was looking for George Pickens' stats.
It's not very good.
George Pickens is 84 receptions for 767 yards on the season.
3 touchdowns. It's not horrible. I mean, he's not the number one, is he?
He should be.
Yeah, he's the number one because Deontay Johnson right now is at 67 receptions for 475 yards.
Yeah, but
I think technically
49.
Deontay is their number one.
He is their number one.
Technically, yeah, but at the same time, it's like that offensive scheme. Now, mind you, they did get rid of Matt Canada, who was really just, who was doing them no favors.
That guy was horrible.
Yeah, no, he was awful. He was absolutely awful. So yeah, but you know what? That's kind of where we're at right now in terms of where these teams are. So I mean, when it comes to the Texans, because I think we talked about Texans briefly, but then we kind of went back into it. What do we see for the outlook for the Texans game for the last game of the season?
I think we beat them, and they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I would love that because we finally beat the guy at quarterback.
We got Logan. We have Logan Bunch saying it here. It's amazing because your name is Logan Bunch, but everything you're saying is a bunch of bullshit. So so let's just go ahead and just get that out the way right now. So yes, he says Aiden is better than Gardner, BS. Levis is better than they are, even more BS. And Stroud is taking a dookie on the horseshoe. Yeah, because he's done that already. Oh wait, he hasn't. More of a bunch of bullshit. So thank you for that, Logan. We do appreciate you. All right, and then with that being said, so Texans, do we have that win or loss? We could just all go ahead and chime in at the same time. Win or loss, 1, 2, 3. I'm going win.
Sweep.
Swept it. Harish. Harish.
So hard, man. I'm gonna say loss. And I'm gonna say loss, and I don't think either team gets in the playoffs.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a hot take.
I know there's so many 7-6 teams right now.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a logjam, man. It's a logjam. I mean, you got Pittsburgh, got us, got the Texans. You got
Bills,
the Bills,
Broncos.
It's just such a big logjam. And I mean, the Bengals. But they all play. We all play each other, right? And then don't forget the Jaguars are only a game ahead of us, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way they've been looking, the way they've been looking. They play the Ravens this weekend. You win that game, you're basically in a tie with them, and then you just. But they ended with Bucks, Panthers, Titans. So we'll see how that goes. But
we can't really tie with Jags because they own the tiebreaker.
Yeah, they'd win the division if we had the same record.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to be directly over them in terms of just like we would like if we end up sweeping, they're going to or if we end up winning out the rest of this, we're going to need them to have to drop at least two.
Go ahead and say it. They had the Titans fall collapse.
Listen,
the Titanic collapse.
Hey, the Bucks might play them good because they're fighting for a playoff spot too. Yeah, you never know.
Oh, they're fighting for the division.
Yeah, they're as crappy as that division is, they're definitely fighting for it. All right, and so with that being said, I know that we already kind of like guessed on it, but lost reach. She'll be right back. And so then for Steelers, so then what do we see are the keys to the game, and then what do we see the outcome for this game with the Steelers on this upcoming Saturday?
Yeah, the only player that I'm worried about, just because Chase Brown went off against us, is Jaylen Warren.
Yeah,
like he's a good player, and he can
do some
damage. He can do some damage if we play like we did this past weekend. So I mean, just defense to step up, not let them dink and dunk all over us and score 50-yard touchdowns. And hopefully get the run game because, like we've mentioned, we haven't had it since JT went out. So, I mean, if we can get the run game going, so not so much pressure's on Gardner to do a lot, I think we win this game. I'll say 24-16.
Okay. What about you, Josh?
Another close one. Just much like it seems like all our games are close. Probably say maybe 21-20 Colts.
21-20? Okay. I honestly believe this is going to be a dogfight. However, it's going to be mid QB play all game.
Yeah, both sides.
So I'm going to say I see us taking this one 21-17. So yeah,
we gotta break this curse.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's going to be that case. I mean, I think we did it with Baltimore earlier in the season. And, it's being able to beat these teams. I mean, we've beat teams that we weren't supposed to. So this is going to be a big indicator of where we are as a team. I feel like if we don't win this game against the Steelers, then we probably have no business getting into the playoffs as it is. So
what really got me, because I feel so old, is when our fellow friend Destin Adams said he was 10 years old when the last time we beat them. I felt really old as fuck.
In 2004.
2004? I was...
Shut up, Austin. Shut up, Austin.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it.
Shut up, Austin. Shut up. Shut your face. Shut your face.
Yeah, don't say it. Yeah, don't say it.
Shut your face. Damn. We don't need that. Zip it. Zip. We don't need.
When last time you said when last 2004 we beat them?
2004, yeah.
Yeah, I was 18. Yeah, we both were.
So was I, yeah.
So yeah. Wow.
Don't listen. Don't make your realizations and then pull me into your BS immediately. You're just like, man, I was 18. No, we both were. Shut up. How about that? How about you shut your face?
You were older. I wasn't 18. I was 17. Old ass.
Don't even try it. Hey, no, and you're off anyway. We're born the same year.
You was 18 before I turned 18.
No. What? Yeah. I was 18 before you turned 18.
So you the oldest. I was 17.
And I was
Yeah,
8.
but I look young. I look younger.
No, I know. I had no facial hair. You got all the facial hair.
No, look at this. My beard is patchy. I look like light skinned Anthony Hamilton right now. Like it's just like that's what we're doing. You know what? We're getting off topic here, okay, people? We're sorry. I apologize for Josh's nonsense because that's what he's on. Okay. So then, with that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. It looks like Harish is going to join us later on. But guys, tell the people where they can find you on social media.
It's a brand new me.
Sorry.
I'm coming in with the polos, so I got a new name on Twitter or X. You can follow me at Who Is Josh Senior.
That's a question we ask ourselves every day.
You're an agent of chaos. You're an agent of chaos.
I love it.
Why are you the way that you are, sir? Why are you the way that you are? Austin, what about you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at CookieAustin2.
All right. That's also very true. And you can find me at CJ Colts fan. You can find Harish at the Uncle Gandhi. Make sure that you are tuning in. Remember, this week's game is on Saturday, so definitely make sure that you're tuning in. You're in attendance. You're showing your love for the blue and white. And yeah, so other than that, make sure that you are ready. I believe it's 3:30 Eastern.
I think it's 4:30 Eastern.
4:30 Eastern.
Central.
Okay, 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central. So yeah. But yeah, so other than that, people, hey, listen, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your time. And other than that, as we all know, and we can all attest, Sam loves Jalen Ramsey. Have a good week.